Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Luena here. If you don't know me, now you know, because today is going to be my first official video or a makeup video, whatever. Why I decided to do this is because most of the time when you go on YouTube and you're looking to find simple makeup, or just anytime you're looking for simplicity in your makeup, you never actually find it, because if you even find it, the makeup for beginners, or it starts off simple, but then by the end it becomes like really heavy and all that. So my makeup tutorial today is just gonna be just simple makeup. I'm going to try and make sure that I give you guys all the possibly good things that you need for this makeup, and hopefully you won't have to look no further for a good makeup. So I'm going to start with my translucent powder, my loose powder, because of my pores. I like to set those things good. I don't always use primer. If you need a primer, you can use primer, but I don't really necessarily use primer all that much. Why? Because I feel like I'm not gonna stay out that long to need the primer on my face. I don't know. It's just something about primer that I just like to use, because it's just one of those things. My primer can last me a whole year if I want to. So one thing I know I always want to go out with is my eyebrows done. I have a fetish about eyebrows. I love good eyebrows, and uh, unfortunately I wasn't blessed with those. But I still love to have good eyebrows on me. As you guys see now, my eyebrows were semi-did a little bit. I started doing it because I take a longer time on my eyebrows than I actually do on any other parts of my makeup. So I wanted to give you guys, I didn't want to take too much time on my eyebrows actually. So that's just the thing. That's just the thing. So that's why I already did my eyebrows. But I'm still going to finish up the eyebrows before I get to the rest of the video. Okay, don't worry. Brows are still going to be done. So Fenty Beauty is my all-time makeup. Because why? Because I am all for medium makeup. As you can see, I don't even know if you guys can see it. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm all for all that, because I don't like to do too much with my makeup. I just like it to look simple and just effortless. And I'm pretty sure if you come to this channel and you watch it all the way to the end, you want that too. So I finish up the eyebrows because I didn't finish doing my eyebrows yet. So this is just my eyebrow. It's actually a brush, but I just use this. So and when I am doing my eyebrows, I like to blend it into my skin tone. What you see is most of the time I would use my foundation and just go here. By the way, I just like it because it's so watery. I don't know if you guys can even see it. Okay, very watery and just loose. So as you can see, I did not put my my primer because I don't do primer like that. So if I'm not looking at the cameras, because I'm looking at the mirror in front of me. So sorry about that. So I'm going to do this. I already lined out the beneath my eye, so you can actually see me do it. So that's it. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. And if you guys can actually, I hope you guys can see me. It took me a while to set this up. So usually, even if I don't have makeup on, I always feel like I should have my eyebrows done. I don't know why. It's just something that has always been. Even when I didn't know how to do makeup, I still used to have a problem with the eyebrow. I'm adjusting something, guys. Okay. I always used to like my eyebrows to look beat. Because for the longest time, I don't know, even when I was in high school and there was no, I didn't have to do it. And that was when I had my long eyebrow, like my hairs are all long and stuff. I'm using the brow pencil. I actually, because of my skin tone, I don't use like the really dark ones or the brown ones. I try to go as light brown as possible. So if you're my skin tone, whether you're lighter or if you're lighter, you can use that. As you see, you guys, I get so focused when I'm doing my eyebrows because I'm like, this gotta turn out like a beast. Okay. I don't care if the rest of the makeup looks awful. I just want my eyebrows to look neat and clean. And as you guys can see, I don't go all the way down here because like some of the makeup tutorials you see on YouTube, they usually have their eyebrows all the way down here. I don't go all that way because my natural eyebrows are not that long. So I try to keep it as natural as possible. I don't line my front here because I have enough hair there. Too much hair there, actually. So I don't even try to do that. I don't line up the top of my eyebrows. Like the top of my eyebrows, the up parts, I do not conceal those parts or I don't do anything up there because it loses the realisticness of it. I don't know if you guys get it. I lose the the naturalism of it. No, I'm trying to look for words here for you guys. Man. Okay, so I'm going to use my loose powder because I'm done with my eyebrows, believe it or not. Because I actually went in deep with it before I got on here, so that's why I'm done with it so fast. So I'm going to go in with my Hydra Perfecte L'Oreal. You can see it. Hope you can see it. So I'm going to go with L'Oreal. So I don't know. I just keep thinking you guys cannot really see me. And again, I'm not looking at the camera that much. Oh God. Right. This is really difficult, guys. Okay. So I'm gonna go my powder. I'm just going to dab it on my face just to close up my pores a little bit. If you this is like really good, guys. If you need your foundation to look good and smooth, it's a nice thing to use, just so you know. So I'm going to use this brush, the complexion brush. So I'm just going to use it. I'm not going to use a lot of it. I'm just going to use like under my eyes where I really get. So I'm just going to, oh God, it smells so good. Also, that's why I like it so much. I just use it up there. So I try as much as possible to use it around. Cause so I've been trying to look for something that was simple, but I didn't find it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I just have to bring it to these people if I can find it from anybody else. So with this, I'm just going to brush it off. I don't want to say too much. So just gonna do that. My eyeshadow, I usually do that at the end because I always figure my colors out at the end. So, but if you want to do it after, you can do it after if you want. My foundation, sometimes I would put my concealer before I do my foundation, but today we're just not gonna do that. So, so I'm going in with my Fenty, and I'm just going to start at the parts where I just care about more, basically. So this foundation feels so good on my skin, and I don't have to use too much of it at all, and it just forms for me. Um, I don't know how Rihanna did this, but I gotta say she did a good job with this foundation because it looks bomb as hell. Like, I just apply it, you guys. I just apply it. I mean, it's not too serious. I just have fun with it, really. So, and when I'm doing it around, you wanna. I prefer to use my brush because I feel like I get more blend in there than the smudge. I don't know. Just my personal opinion. If you like to use the smudge, you use that smudge and you use it good. But for me, I think I prefer to use this better. One of the things I always try to look forward to until I'm doing my makeup is I love contouring my face. So sometimes I might just, even if I don't have makeup on and I'm about to go out, I just contour my face. It's the craziest thing. I do all the blending, make sure everywhere is blended, nice and clean, beautiful. I think I got everything covered. Just so you know, I'm not covering every part of my face. I don't cover this side because I know what is going to come on there. It's going to cover it up. I don't know why I don't do that because I just feel like it's just too much product on that section. So I don't really go in and do all that stuff there. So I just did a little bit of my lashes off camera. I'm going to go in again and do it because I want it to be full and voluptuous. I'm going to go back in with the concealer, with the LA Pro Girl, and this time I'm just going to put it around my lip area. I'm just going to do that around my lip area. I'm going to do it fast before this camera dies again. As you can see, I'm done with that. So now I'm going to do my contour. contour is so exciting for me. I get so excited every time I'm doing contour because I love contouring. I feel like contouring brings your face to life. Like, this is all good and all, but then when you contour, it's like she's human. Look at her. Look at those bone structures. Look at those. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Really excited about it. So I'm going to use my contour. Whenever I'm contouring, I don't use any contour anything. I use powders. I love using brown powders. I usually buy ones that are darker than my skin. So I'm going to use the CoverGirl powder, and this is in 265 tiny foot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I never actually read that name. I just know the number 265. Looking for it, and it's CoverGirl. So I'm going to use that as my contour. I love to contour my face, you guys. You have no idea. That's like the best part of makeup, aside from the eyebrows. So I'm going to use my contour brush. I don't use a smudge brush because I don't believe in those that much. So I might use a smudge brush a little bit, but then I like using my brushes because I feel like I get more results with, with with that. Yeah, I get more results with the brushes. I don't get results with smudge, but again, it's my personal opinion. If you feel like you need that, go right ahead and use it. Okay? So we're just gonna contour. Look how excited I get. It's so childish. Alright, so I'm just gonna go up on the line, on the line. Do that. As you can see, I don't go all the way deep into that much. And the way the brush is angled is it's just perfect. I like it. So I start from all the way. And when I'm contouring my nose, I try to make it look realistic. I'm a black girl, so I try to not point the nose too much. Then actually, so I try to keep it. I don't like to hide my features when it comes to doing makeup. I just like to enhance it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do my jewelry. Go ham with this jawline. Why? Because I'm a little chubby, so I don't like it to show my face like that. But you know, and then up here. And when it comes to contouring, other than a powder that is darkening your skin tone, you can also use uh blush for it. If you got like those dark honey blushes, or you can also use eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is actually one of the ones I even use most because they got those dark ones. So just so in case you don't have contour, you can always use your eyeshadow. Just gonna go down here again so we can bring those bad boys out a little bit. I put it on, but I take this really seriously. Seriously. See how focused I am on this? Yes. I feel so excited every time I'm contouring. I might. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and in place of my blush, I like to use what? The eyeshadow. I like to use my eyeshadow palette for my blush or contour because they have beautiful colors. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the same color I used for, kind of similar to my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go ahead. Bronzer, sometimes I use bronzer, sometimes I don't. It depends on my mood. So I do that. And then when I'm setting my face, I only set my face if it's like a nighttime look or something I'm going for. So I usually don't set my face like that. I don't find it useful. And then blush, I also go ham with blush sometimes. So blush, you can go ham with it if you want. You can go under, you can go, you can just just play on top like that. Just look good. Yeah. Add a little something over here. So, alright. So, with that being done, I'm going to go and use my the mascara again this time because it's dry now. So I'm just going to apply it. If you want more volume with your eyelashes, always wait for your first application to dry before you go in for your second application. And you can do it as much as possible just to get that volume that you want. So the more you apply, the more volume you get. Just make sure that they're all dry before you apply again. Okay, so now that I have my lashes done, I like I said earlier, I do that, make my lashes really stand out to compensate for the fact that I don't do lashes. I don't use fake lashes, and I don't use eyeliner. So once you make your natural eyelashes really long, then eyeliner is a no-brainer. You don't need it, really. That's what I think, my personal opinion again. And for my bottom lashes, I use this really small lash, those brushes. I got that from Walmart, I believe. Walmart is like $2, $2.99 or something, $1.99. I don't know. So it comes in a whole pack of them, so you can use that. So I use that for my bottom lashes. If anybody has that question. So now we're going to go to highlight. I love to use highlight. My favorite highlights to use are the Trippin from the highlight, the Fenty Beauty highlight from the Matchsticks, and I like to use the NARS highlight. And the NARS highlight, I recently started getting obsessed with this really bronzy color up here. It's like so bronzy and just the best color. I was so obsessed with it when I started, and I love that color. But I'm going to go ahead and use Trippin' because I love this color so much. It has like that rose gold. I don't like rose gold, the color rose gold. I don't like it at all. But then I like this rose gold on my skin because it gives me that glow, sunset glow. So I just go ahead and I apply. I just do like a, see, it's like a, see. So that's it. That's all I do. Then I'm just going to apply a little bit up here. For my nose, I usually use my fingers to do that because I'm like, what's the point? Okay. So I do that on here on my lip. Sometimes I like to outline my whole lip. And I do the top here. I don't like to do too much because it shines a lot, so I try not to use too much up there. So I'm gonna use the brush. I'm just gonna like I said, this is just your everyday makeup, not something. You can also go out with this makeup if you want to. But in order for you to just make this, why I like doing this is because in order for me to just make this at nighttime, all I have to do is just add more eyeshadow or lip, and I'm good to go. I don't have to do too much. Or you can also add more glow. Oh my god, the glow is so much. I'm trying to dim it as much as possible. So, but I did. I achieved it. Achieved it, you guys. I did. So, how you said? And then I'm going to use my lip. Start doing my lip. And usually that's usually the end of my makeup. I'm going to use my lip liner here. It's not much, but it works. Alright, so I'm going to use this Forever Matte lipstick. I love this so much. Like, it looks like it's just like the color of my lip if I don't do it too much. So I just love it. So I'm going to use it today. So I'm just going to use like a little bit here. I'm just going to dab. And then I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty lip. First thing that came out. One of the first lips that came out. I'm so obsessed with this. Wait, it smells so good also. Blend it in. And now we're almost done with the makeup. So after my makeup, guys, I like to go in with the mascara brush and just apply it on my brows a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Just a little. So, and that is it for our makeup tutorial. Like, comment, subscribe. So if you have any questions, comment down below. Follow me on my Instagram and Snapchat. And instead, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. You can't turn me down, beat me to the ground. Try to block my sunshine, my blue sky.